Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com with our update for Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019. Free pick coming up in just a moment. Before I get to that, a quick note, if you've yet to become a member at DocSports.com and just want to give it a trial run, it's real easy to do. Click on the link below the video and get yourself set up for a free $60 account. And you can grab any of my daily packages with that free $60 account or anybody else over at DocSports.com. And again, it all starts by clicking on the link below the video. All right, a little bit of what happened last night, a little bit of what's going on Tuesday from us at DocSports.com before we jump into the free pick. As far as what we did last night, the NBA, we lost, unfortunately. We had a real nice run, 73%, and up $3,200 for $100 per unit bettors going into Monday, but we lost with the Utah Jazz, a top play loss on the Jazz. Unfortunately, they came undone in the second half of that game and lost by 5, laying about 5 points. College basketball, we end up 2 baskets away from a 2-0 sweep, but instead we're on the wrong side of those missed 2 baskets, and we end up with a losing night in basketball. We did win in the NHL again after sweeping the weekend, and we're now 46-31 in the NHL this season. Going back to last year, 65-42 in the NHL. We've got an NHL power play side going at Doc Sports today that will be posted on Tuesday morning, along with 1 NBA play and 1 college basketball play. The NBA still on a 69% winning run. If you're wagering just $100 per unit on those plays in the NBA, you're up over $2,400 going into Tuesday. We've got 1 play from college basketball. It's one of our college basketball underdog shockers. Now, these are plays that we normally feel the underdog can win outright, but we recommend taking the points. That's available at DocSports.com on Tuesday. And going back to last year, we're now on a 16-9 run with these college basketball underdog shockers. So the NBA, well, we're on a 69% run. Got a college basketball shocker, 16-9 run with those plays. NHL, 46-31 run on the season, 65-42 going back to last year. All 3 plays available Tuesday morning over at DocSports.com as we aim for the sweep. All right, free pick coming up in just a moment. Wanted to talk about something I saw on one of the news channels, just ridiculous stuff on Monday night. So talking about prop betting. Super Bowl props, of course, you'll see 14, 15 pages of props from books like the Westgate Superbook here in Las Vegas. And it's great fun, but also there are, usually for me, about 6 or 7 that I can find on Super Bowl weekend where a lot of times they're better than the betting on the game itself. And we'll be talking about some Super Bowl props later on this week and into next week. But I saw the NFL wants to ban Super Bowl prop betting in general on their sport, which is a ridiculous situation. I don't know, man. It cracks me up. I don't think there's any difference between NFL executives who make these kind of decisions and career, lifelong politicians. I mean, it's just ridiculous, some of the things they come up with. I'm paraphrasing what they said, but basically in a nutshell, an NFL exec said that having prop betting on individuals in their particular sport gives a much greater chance of match fixing. That's the way they put it, which is ridiculous. And first of all, many books have big-time limitations on how much you can bet when it comes to prop betting in the NFL. I think William Hill is around $500 to $1,000. And in fact, one William Hill rep, when he was asked about this situation coming down from the NFL league office, and they said they've been against prop betting going all the way back to late summer, but William Hill rep came out and said it looks like we've got a solution looking for a problem. And that's basically it in a nutshell. The limitations are small in most sports books. There's going to be no situation of prop fixing, of player fixing, of match fixing, whatever the NFL wants to call it. Let's move on. Let's get past it. Let's let the people be adults and enjoy their money and invest their money as an adult. They're responsible. Let them be accountable for what they do. The NFL, absolutely ridiculous. Just reminds me of career, lifelong politicians making stupid laws and moves. But anyway, we will have, I guess the NFL doesn't want us to, but we're going to have plenty of props that we're going to be putting out on these videos over the next week plus as we get closer to Super Bowl Sunday. And also wanted to mention that on Tuesday night, myself, Bernie Fratto, Indian Cowboy, and Jason Symbol from CG Sportsbooks, we're going to cut that new Vegas Beat podcast. It'll be posted over at DocSports.com on Wednesday morning. We're going to talk NFL props. We're going to talk about how to bet on the Super Bowl, how not to get yourself in trouble when it comes to betting on the Super Bowl, and when you should bet on this upcoming championship game if you haven't bet the game yet thus far. And we'll give you some of the tools we use we look for on all of that, including the prop bets on Tuesday's show. We'll also talk a little TNT Thursday night action in the NBA, some college basketball for later this week, and we'll have best bets going for the weekend. So don't miss out. That's the Tuesday Night Vegas Beat podcast, which will be posted early Wednesday morning on the homepage over at DocSports.com. Join me, Bernie Fratto, and Indian Cowboy on this week's podcast. All right, listen, as far as the free pick for Tuesday night, we're going to back Texas Tech on the road over Kansas State. As I cut this video, Tech, for the most part, a 1.5-point underdog in this one. And listen, Kansas State, nice little run. They've won a few games in a row now for Bruce Weber. They've got the young guy, Dean Wade, who's now back on the court. His last couple of games, he's played really well, and he gives a boost, obviously, to this Wildcat team, especially on the offensive end. But, you know, again, it's a situation where Texas Tech will be ready for that. Texas Tech is a great defensive basketball team. They've lost 2 in a row. They're in a good spot to snap out of the funk here tonight. And when these teams met a few weeks ago, they absolutely slammed the door on K-State. In fact, held them to 57 points in that 6-point win. Pretty big favorite in that game, but now they're getting a 1.5. And here's the thing, with K-State winning a few games in a row, Texas Tech off a couple of losses, listen, Texas Tech is a short underdog when not too long ago they would have been a favorite even here in Manhattan. We like Texas Tech. They're the value side here. Good defensive club. We like them to get the win on the road over Kansas State on Tuesday night. Again, Texas Tech, your free play in college baskets. All right, don't forget Tuesday over at DocSports.com. We've got 1 NBA, 1 college basketball, 1 NHL. We look to go 3-0 on Tuesday. Check it out on Tuesday morning, DocSports.com. All right, let's put Tuesday in the win column. And if you like these videos, click on that thumbs up button. If you wish to subscribe, that'd be great because you'll be privy to the videos as we post them. And again, we wish you nothing but the best of luck on Tuesday. Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. We'll talk to you Wednesday, 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific.